Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the Fringe Seams. Thanks very much for joining me for today's video. This is a very exciting collaboration reveal video and it is called 3 Friends, 3 Fabrics and 3 Fringes. So if you are a long-term viewer of my channel, and even if you are a not so long-term viewer of my channel, you'll have heard me mention on multiple occasions my amazing friend Sam, Sola Sparkle with Sam, and also the amazing Katherine from Soverton Makery, who are just wonderful, wonderful ladies, and I am delighted and privileged and proud to call my friends. So this is all about a collaboration that we've been doing over the past number of weeks, making the chalk and notch fringe dress, which I'll go into a little bit more detail later, but I would like to give you a little bit of background to this challenge. So cast your minds back to early 2024. So I had been chatting to Sam, and I believe Katherine as well, online, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff, just chatting back and forth, commenting on each other's vlogs, that kind of thing. And then it came to light that I was going to be going to Stitch Festival, hopefully like I will be doing every year from now on. It's fabulous. Stitch Festival last March, and those ladies were going to be there as well. So I had arranged to meet Sam the first day I got there, and we met, and it was just amazing. I was utterly starstruck. She is just wonderful, and we had the most amazing time together. We then met up with Katherine and a whole host of other amazing sewists who now I am delighted also to call my friends as well. The sewing community is just wonderful. So for Stitch Festival, I had wanted to make a new dress, as you do, and I decided to make the chalk and notch fringe dress. So I made up my first version to go to Stitch Festival, and I made it in this beautiful cotton fabric that I got from the Crafty Studio here in Dublin. So this is a cotton version. So this is the fringe dress. I put on a no toile club label because I just made this. I didn't toile it. I took a huge risk, but it paid off. So it's a beautiful pattern. It's got a lovely little sleeve detail, a sleeve tab. I got these beautiful pigeon wishes buttons, a beautiful button placket here, and then it's got some drawstring ties, beautiful gathering at the waistline. It has pockets, and this one has a little bit of a swoop dippy hem, and I just loved wearing this. Hopefully throughout all this I'll be popping in a load of pictures for you. I just loved wearing this. It's such a comfortable, such an easy dress to wear and a beautiful dress to make. So happy in that. Sam also wore a fringe dress to Stitch that day. She had this beautiful fabric, which I randomly had the same fabric, but just in a quilted version. So she made hers in a fringe dress, a kind of viscose one, so a lot more drapey than my more structured cotton one. And then I matched with her in my jacket, which was hilarious. So we had such a great time. While I was at Stitch Festival, we went to Stitch Fabrics, and I saw the most beautiful fabric. Myself and Katherine almost came to blows about it because we thought it was running out. It turned out it wasn't. They had tons of it, but we had fun anyway, trying to argue over who got the last piece. We shared it. And it is this fabric, which I'm sure you'll have seen on multiple vlogs. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful kind of teal viscose, but it's kind of jacquard elements to it as well. Absolutely gorgeous. So I ended up making this fringe dress. Katherine recently has made this fabric into the most beautiful deer and doe magnolia dress that she wore recently to Devon Frockdales, which was just stunning. So this dress is just magic. It looks gorgeous in anything you make it up into. So I knew I wanted to make a fringe dress, and I wanted to make it for my birthday last year. So I bought this fabric at Stitch. I ran upstairs to Ethel and Joan and bought these beautiful buttons to match. Popped in a little I made this label. I think that's Little Rosy Cheeks from the Stitch Festival as well. So again, it's got the beautiful tabs on the cuff. It's got the beautiful placket here. It's got the waist ties, and this time I leveled off the hem. I just made it flat across. I did put, it does have flappy pockets, which I don't really like. So I put thread loops inside to kind of anchor them into the waist seam, and that helped a little bit. But I just love this dress. I wore it for my birthday last year. Really liked it. The day I made this, actually, we were getting work done in the garden early last summer, and I kind of had to be on hand to answer questions from the builders, all that kind of good stuff. So I ended up taking a day off work last summer. I brought all my sewing stuff down to the kitchen, and I made this while keeping an eye on the building work in the garden. So I have really fun memories of this, of making this dress, and the instructions are fabulous, and the pattern is just really great, and I just love this dress. This was my fringe dress number 2. Again, because of the drapey nature of this viscose, it's very different to the cotton version, but you can see it works beautifully in both types of fabric. Really nice. So that was fringe dress number 2. So then if you scroll forward to Stitch Festival this year, so of course I met up with the lovely Sam and the lovely Katherine again. We had the most wonderful time, and I went back to Stitch Fabrics, and I was looking through their bolts of fabric. You have to kind of root around. They have wonderful fabric, and I found this fabric, which is definitely a poly fabric. It did fight me, I'm not going to lie. It didn't necessarily want to be a fringe dress, but we got there in the end. But I did find this fabric and I thought, oh yeah, I get about 2 meters of that, it would make a very, very pretty dress. And Sam just mentioned, casually said, oh, you can get a fringe dress out of 2 meters. So I thought, oh, fringe dress, yes, fringe dress number 3, definitely. And then she kind of got thinking about fringe dresses, and Katherine, who had never made a fringe dress, was thinking, oh, I might like to make a fringe as well. And I think, the other ladies will keep me honest, I think that's kind of where the fringe collaboration was born, that we would all make it all in different fabrics and then we would reveal it to you lovely people. So this is what I bought at Stitch Fabrics, and we've been working on it over the past number of weeks, and it's just been an absolute joy working on this with the lovely ladies. It was lovely to actually do something quite slow. Usually I make things quite quickly. I would spend 3 hours one evening making an entire garment, but to make this over a number of weeks was really quite a lesson for me. It was very, very nice though to make it alongside those 2 wonderful, wonderful ladies, and it was really, really good fun. We could share experiences, share pitfalls, share solutions, which was really, really nice. So this is my new fringe dress and I love it. So again, it's got the lovely button placket. I just sewed on those buttons. I can pull it on over my head. Again, this is view A with the little buttons. It's got the lovely button cuff here, so you can actually take these off, open these up and make the sleeves a little bit longer, but I just like having them rolled up ever so slightly. The little kind of button tab here, these are just purple buttons I had on my stash. No idea where they came from. So then it's got this beautiful button placket here. It's got the beautiful waist ties sewn into the front, the waist darts. It's got lovely gathering along here, which is more concentrated on the front, which gives a lovely feature because it's less so on the side where you mightn't necessarily want gathering. I know I certainly don't. Then it's got beautiful pockets, and then this time I wanted to level out the hem to make it a more kind of a midi length skirt. So I got distracted. Full disclosure, I got distracted cutting out the skirt and I cut out the swoop dippy hem entirely by mistake. Had I lengthened the pattern pieces from the last time? No. So I sat back and thought, oh dear, I do not have enough fabric to cut another skirt pattern piece. So I thought, right, what will I do? What shall I do? However, for every problem, there is a solution. So I made up the rest of the dress. That was all fine. Really, really enjoyed the process. Fabulous instructions, really, really great construction, really enjoyed it. And then I got to the skirt piece and I tried on the whole dress and I thought, right, this skirt is way too short. So I make a size 8 on the top, grading to a 10 at the waist and hips. And then I add, depending on the fabric, I add between 1 and 2 inches to the bodice length just to get it sit nicely at my natural waist. And then I tried on the dress and yes, the side was miles too short. So I thought, right, what shall I do? So basically what I did was I had crumbs left over, little bits that were actually meant to be a few scrunchies to match the fringe dress. However, they all got put into one big long strip. I was able to gather it ever so slightly and make a kind of ruffle peplum thing for the bottom, which actually I quite like how it turned out. If I'm honest about it, there is an awful lot of piecing to get the required width, but that's at the back, so hopefully nobody will notice. I won't tell if you won't, but I think I got away with rescuing this beautiful dress. I didn't want to have to crop it off to be a top. I really wanted it to be a dress, and I think it ended up being a really, really pretty dress. So I should have put in the label, mistakes were made, solutions were found. However, I have an even better label because of the wonderful pockets. I have this amazing label here from Cozy Club Handmade which says, got that sunshine in my pocket, and I thought it was really cute to put it in the pocket. So for the pockets, I also made an alteration because I don't like a flappy pocket. What I did was I used the instructions from the Fabric Godmother dresses, the way she anchors in the pockets into the side, into the waist seam, which is just fabulous. So basically with the pattern piece, extend it into the waist seam and then do your gathering with the waist and then add the bodice, and then you flap back over the pockets there, fully anchored into the waist seam, and you can put your phone in there and everything. Fabulous. So that was the only other alteration I made. So that is my fringe dress and I am absolutely delighted with it. I think the colour is absolutely gorgeous. I'm really, really happy with how it came out. I was so delighted to make it in the company with those utterly amazing ladies. We talked about sewing and we talked about everything else. It was just a wonderful, wonderful time. And if you do have any opportunity to do a little collaboration with friends or even have a little cheeky sewing day, it is really, really the best way to spend a day. It really, really is. So much fun. This is my fringe dress. If you do have any questions on this, I would be really, really happy to answer them. Please let me know in the comment box below. Have you made the fringe dress? If you haven't, then are you now tempted to make the fringe dress? Hopefully I've sold it enough because it is a fabulous, fabulous pattern. You can of course crop it off into a little peplum top as well. It should be really, really pretty. And there is view B as well, which doesn't have the button placket, but again is a very, very pretty detail. So it's just a fabulous, fabulous pattern. I have made a few other choker knot patterns and they've all come out beautifully. They really have great instructions, great drafting and great construction as well. So I'm really, really excited about jumping on over straight away to watch Katherine and Sam's videos on how they got on with their lovely fringes. If you don't follow them already, please do hop on over and give them a bit of love as well. I'll link both their channels below. Utterly fabulous women, utterly fabulous channels. I would really encourage you to take a look if you don't already, which I'm sure you do follow them already as well. So thank you very, very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed as much as I did making it. If you have any comments, as I mentioned, pop them in the comment box below. If you like this video, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up, and also please consider subscribing. I would love to have you along for collaborations, for Friday sews, for makes videos, for plans videos, all that good stuff about all kinds of sewing and crafting. I would very, very much enjoy. So thank you very, very much. So that's all for today. I hope you're getting some time for some lovely, lovely sewing, and I will talk to you all again very, very soon in another video. Take care, everyone. Bye.